Breaking news, we're still here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday, it's noon. You know what that means. The Crescent City Connection here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Where we talk Derek Carr, non-stop Derek Carr. Ladies and gentlemen, today's show we talk about, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news of the day. Derek Carr retiring? Huh? We have thoughts, but not to be outdone. We talk about LSU baseball. Yeah, we headed over to the BR. We're going to talk about LSU baseball, softball. We'll get that in. And of course, coming this Monday, the Pelicans season may be over, but ladies and gentlemen, the news does not stop. The draft lotto is finally upon us. Could we be Cooper flag bound? Or could we end up like Detroit? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that more here on the Crescent City Connection, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir. Sir?
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Welcome to the Crescent City Connection. I am your host, T5. This is your new home for Louisiana sports and only Louisiana sports. And we have a doozy of a show for you today. Full disclosure, I had the whole format of the show because I'm trying to be a professional, like I say every week, already set out perfectly. We're going to talk about this. 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 And Mr. Derek Carr had other plans. But that's good. It's cool. But first, shout out to our lovely sponsors. Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky. The jerky that's on a whole nother planet. And I know because I bought the stuff. It's delish. And of course, Vital Apparel for your iron therapy as well as your mental therapy. And of course, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Mr. Seal the Beat. When you want to add that little touch of class to your greetings, your quinceañeras, your parties, or what have you, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Add that little bit of a bougie on a budget. And of course, we're powered by RE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. And you can find more about us on iesportsradio.com. My show and other shows, bios find about my wants, my dreams, my hopes, the mission statement, what we're doing. And of course, we have the schedules for all the shows because we're in different time zones. It's a thing. And of course, you can find our apparel, our gear on IEW Sports Radio /shop. We have the merch. We have the hats, the hoodies, the gears. Be the flyest person in your car ride line. Be the flyest person at the gym or the comic book stop, wherever, the grocery store, wearing IE Sports Radio merch. And of course, you can follow me on my Twitter X with Who is T Fizzle, or the show page Crescent City _IE. Or you can follow me on Blue Sky at letter U, the letter T, number 5 at Blue Sky blah blah. And as always, we are on Spotify, YouTube, Gringo Loco. That's a wrestler. I just made that up. Just seeing if you're paying attention. Everywhere. Literally. Go Google Crescent City Connection. I have. We're on there. We're nationwide, baby. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's get right into it. The elephant, the number 4 elephant in the room. I was going to talk about the UDFAs and rookie minicamp right off rip, but man, Derek Carr had other plans. Derek. What can I say, bro? Derek Carr is retiring. That came out the sky blue. We were wondering, man, is he going to have surgery? Is he even going to play this year? Or are they going to cut him? Nah. Derek Carr announced this morning, like 9:30 something, 10 something or whatever, that he is retiring at 34 from the NFL amidst maybe season-ending shoulder surgery that could end his season. Well, what does that mean for the Saints? First and foremost, is definitely between Spencer Rattler and second round pick Tyler Shuck for the job of starting quarterback. Could they bring in a veteran to kind of mentor those guys? Because let's face it, you have Jake Hayner, drafted 2023. Spencer Rattler, drafted last year, 2024. Tyler Shuck, drafted 2025. All still under rookie contracts, all still young. So you kind of need that calm, even though we do have 3 former quarterbacks in the head coach, of course, Kellen Moore, the OC, Doug Nussmeier, and Scott Tolzien. So we have 3 veteran quarterbacks, but you kind of want somebody who's going to be on the field doing drills with them to be the veteran presence in that quarterback room. So, the names like Teddy Bridgewater kind of come up. Definitely not Aaron Rodgers. Oh, no. Nope. Ain't that serious. No. Teddy Bridgewater, maybe, because the fans like him. He's a good dude. He's a former coach himself, coach high school, and I think he could better mentor those boys in Kellen Moore's offense, help them get better acclimated to the speed of the game, so to speak. So that's how I feel about that part. But this is a total turnaround. This is a total turnaround for the black and gold. Like, this is like uncharted territory, but it feels kind of good. And let me take cap wise. This is the part y'all really gonna like. Um, um, this is per Bleacher Report. In a surprise decision announced on Saturday, New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr is retiring from the NFL after 11 seasons. Per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, the Saints won't have to pay Carr's $30 million guaranteed salary for the upcoming season, and the club won't seek reimbursement for the $10 million roster bonus that was paid in March. The Saints entered the day with $23.4 million in cap space, but that figure will increase to around $53 million with Carr's retirement. 53, 5-3, 53 million. This is like the first time in a long time we have not been cap jail or we haven't been hamstrung. This is like winning the lotto and you don't know how to act now. You acting for real bougie, like, yeah, I want all the beef jerky. I mean, this is like the first time that we have not been like handcuffed. So you like that kid in you remember y'all remember the Toys R Us Super Toy Run and how you always at home like, man, I wish that was me, man. I would do this. Well, guess what? That's us at the Saints. We're finally that kid in the Super Toy Run. We got all this cap room, and we're slowly rebuilding our roster, which I will get to a little bit later. Slowly rebuilding the roster. We're getting off of some of these bad contracts. Derek Carr, say what you will. A lot of people don't like him, but the dude did us a solid on the way out. He gets his $10 million, but we get the 30 and some cap room, and we ain't got to worry about being dead money next year because that's a lot about cutting him. We're going to have the dead money. Don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about the salary for next year or being on the hook for Derek Carr next year. Nope. So, man, that's a bit of a relief. Financial wise. Now the Saints could, if they want to, if they so choose, they could go after another veteran corner, to put on the side of Kool-Aid and mentor these young dudes because our corner room is very young. So they can go after an Asante Samuel Jr. or a Rasul Douglas if they want. And wide receiver wise, everybody keeps mentioning we need a big body wide receiver. Well, they can go after Keenan Allen. They can go after Amari Cooper or somebody of the like if they so choose to now because they have the cap room. Well, we already had the cap room, but we have even more cap room. And plus, that puts us ahead of schedule next year. Because at first we was going to have a little bit of cap room next year. Now we got a lot more cap room next year as we continue to add more pieces to Kellen Moore's regime, offense and defensively. So this whole Derek Carr situation just took a turn for the good. So I don't wish anybody injury, bad luck, this, that, and the third. But, I wish Derek Carr the best of luck in his life and future endeavors. Seems like he's like he meant well, but he just went about stuff the wrong way. And if you know New Orleans folks, it rubs them the wrong way, that's a wrap for you, bro. So I think that's all that happened, and just chalk one up for experience. It's a failed experiment. Chalk one up for experience. It's the Kellen Moore era. Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler could be your starting QB1 day one. I'm here for it. Let's go. Speaking of which, what I was originally going to lead off with, this week was the start of rookie mini camp. And we have signed 6 of 9 of our rookies. Tyler Shuck is not one of them. He has the second round contract that they're trying to work out, but he is at rookie minicamp. He was dressed out and he is participating. So it's not no holdout like some of these rookies or whatever. He is out there spinning the ball. He was there Friday. They'll be out there today, Saturday, where the media will be able to film and talk to them. So, of course, the media is going to be very busy with the whole Derek Carr situation. So, like, they're going to be very busy today. But they're out there. We have a new coaching staff. We have 9 rookies. That's a lot. We have 9 rookies. And I think we had to chop down on number of UDFAs. Usually we have like a huge number of undrafted rookies. Because we have 9, because we kept all 9 of our picks and didn't trade any, we had to chop down on number of UDFAs because of the roster. So we have them and we have some tryout peoples. Folks that came in and they are trying out on the roster. Let's see. We have the not usual suspects, but we have the drafteds: Kelvin Banks Jr., Vernon Broughton, Fidel Diggs, Maliki Matavao, Devin Neal, Quincy Riley, Jonas Sanker, Tyler Shook, the aforementioned, and Danny Stutzman. Everybody's new favorite Saint. Everybody's new favorite Saint. And he's, by the by, he'll be going with number 47, John Lynch number. Good to know. Good to know. But the undrafteds, we have Dallas. Wait, let me switch this up because I don't have to use this. Because I got my own list. Jasheen Davis, Elliot Davison, Tyreen Powell, Omari Thomas, Dallas Beanham, Torricelli Simpkins, Marcus Yarns, Chris Tyree, Moochie Dixon, Easton Kilty, and James Burnett. Now, they also at the rookie mini camp will be tryouts, veteran tryouts. And we have Brandon Bell, linebacker, Brandon Brown, defensive lineman, Terrell Burgess, defensive back, Javon Bird, corner, Chris Carpenter, wide receiver, Eric Cumberbatch, defensive back, Roderick Daniels Jr., wide receiver, Hunter Deckers, quarterback, Patrick Jenkins, defensive lineman, Leon Johnson III, wide receiver, Logan Kluman, long snapper, Joey Lombard, offensive lineman, Travis Martin, defensive back, Cameron Watts, defensive back, Holden Willis, wide receiver, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver. and we're going to talk a little bit about him. That's a very interesting name. Uh, Donovan Peoples-Jones, former Cleveland Brown, former Detroit Lion. Uh, 26 years old, 6'2", 205. Fills a need as a big body wide receiver for the Saints. The Saints have been lacking. They've been lacking that big body wide receiver, and they've been lacking depth at wide receiver behind Olave, Shaheed, and the re-resurrected Brandon Cooks. And of course, we lost MVS to Seattle in free agency. The Saints have had needed wide receiver. They were unable to draft a receiver despite their many chances. Everyone kept falling through their fingers. And there have been talks of getting a veteran wide receiver like Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper. So there's still that. But if you can get Donovan Peoples-Jones and he kind of fills that need, hey, Peoples-Jones isn't Allen, he isn't Cooper, but he could be a solid depth piece. When healthy, keyword, when healthy. He was taken in the 6th round of the 2020 NFL Draft by the Cleveland Browns. He spent his first 3+ seasons with the Brownies before being traded to the Detroit Lions. The best season of his career so far was in 2022, when he racked up 839 yards on 61 catches to go along with 3 tutties. In 2023, he appeared in 15 games with the Browns and Lions and had 13 catches for 155 yards. He didn't appear in a game last year and spent some time on the Lions practice squad. So if the homie is healthy and he looks good, and hey, he may be out there catching passes from Tyler Shuck today. So we'll see. It'd be a nice added depth piece because we have the speed guys already. We need some big body guys. So that could be a thing to watch if Mr. Peoples-Jones wants to get a spot. But what I really want to talk about is last week we talked about the draft picks. This week I want to go in depth with the undrafted, the UDFAs, as we like to call them. Starting with Jasheen Davis, edge from Wake Forest. 6'3", 253 pounds. He had 25.5 sacks, 51 tackles for loss, and 83 solos. Third in school history at Wake Forest. 5 years. He was in 5 years because of a COVID year. And has a high motor. Defensive breakout player of the Shrine Bowl. And you know how the Saints love their East-West Shrine Bowl standouts. So he could be one to maybe crack the roster on edge, as an edge. Elliot Davison, safety, UTSA. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Not another guy from UTSA. Hear me out, though. From Tyler, Texas, 6 foot, 190 pounds, appeared in all 13 games last season. 40 total tackles, 24 solo, 1 tackle for loss, played a lot of special teams, which will definitely get you on the field. He can roam around the field, play any safety position, and he's very physical, but also can hawk and cover. That's very key. The versatility. Play your special teams to get you on the field, to get your foot in the door, and then develop as a hawk and a thumper. And of course, the safety room is very thin as well. So there's a chance for him too. Tyreen Powell, linebacker, Rutgers, Mr. Magoo University, 6'5", 250. Can play inside as well as outside linebacker. Versatility. 4 years, 201 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 9 deflections. Omari Thomas, defensive end, Tennessee, 6'4", 320 pounds, a real good run defender. That's something I noticed about a lot of Saints draft picks. The defensive draft picks, they're all good at stopping the run. Corners, safeties, D lineman, linebacker, all good at stopping the run. Because the Saints were very bad at stopping the run. 115 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 12 pass deflections. In 2023, he had 23 tackles, 6 TFLs, 1 sack, and a former team captain. Also something I noticed. Most of the draft picks, former team captains or award winners. Amari Thomas, Tennessee, played in the SEC now, SEC competition, and Tennessee was pretty good last year. College football playoffs, team captain. Dallas Beanham, corner, South Dakota State. 6'1", played 4 seasons, 12 INTs, 19 pass breakups, 105 tackles, 2 TDs, so he took 2 house calls. Joining a thin corner room because they're very young. Looking for depth and a starter. He's a hawk, shutdown corner, finds the ball. He knows where the ball is. So I've seen his tape. He's very good. So there's a chance he can pull a Rico Payton. Last year, Rico Payton was undrafted. He looked real good in training camp. Looked even better in preseason. Monkeyed around, made it to the main roster. This could be this year's Rico Payton. Torricelli Simpkins III, guard for South Carolina. Now I know what you're thinking. Last year, what was it, the year before with Spencer Rattler? South Carolina's offensive line didn't look that great. I don't know if he was on it or not. That offensive line didn't look too great, man. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it wasn't him. He's not the fastest guard, but he's an effective blocker. That's what you really want, a power blocker in the run game, especially in the run game, because let's face it, our running game was atrocious. And we had to get dudes off the bench when Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, and all of them got hurt, and the running game suffered. So if you can get a dude off the bench, heaven forbid injuries occur, and they will. If you can get a dude off the bench who can run block, at least run block, then that's definitely a positive. He had 31 starts at center. My bad. He had 31 starts at center, versatility, 17 starts at guard. He earned SEC Offensive Player of the Week in back-to-back weeks and third team All SEC honors for South Carolina. So there you go, another award winner. Marcus Yarns, running back, Delaware, 5'11". He ran 540 in the 40. 1,700 yards rushing, 12 TDs, only had 2 fumbles in 4 seasons. Now, the 2 fumbles came in 1 season, so man, only four fumbles in 2 fumbles in 4 seasons. Man, that's good. He has a fire stiff arm and he has breakaway speed. So once again, our running back room is very thin. He may have a chance there. Chris Tyree, wide receiver, Virginia. Not a big body wide receiver, but he's got some speed on him. 5'11". He originally played running back at Notre Dame before switching to wide receiver at UVA. He has experience at kick return, punt return, more of a speedster with a 4.3 40. He had 1,200 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, 100 catches, 7 receptions, 7 receiving touchdowns, 8 rushing touchdowns, 1,200 kick return yards, 1 touchdown, 1,000 punt return yards, 1 touchdown. And you know how the Saints love finding their next big kick returner / receiver, like Deontay Hardy and Rashid Shaheed. So he may be one to watch. Moochie Dixon, wide receiver, SMU, the Ponies. 6 foot, 189, another 4.3 40. A house call waiting to happen. 74 receptions, 1,200 yards. So he's another. I don't think he was asked to play too much special teams, but they may try him out there just in case. Excuse me. Easton Kilty, tackle, Kansas State. 6'6", 307. 4 seasons at North Dakota State before transferring. Played 51 games, 50 starts. That's good. The durability. Second team All Big 12. Started all 13 games at left tackle. Expected to be a guard in the NFL. And I seen K-State when they played Tulane, and they was running that ball. So if he could do some of that, coming off the bench, more power to him. And lastly, James Burnham, punter, Alabama. He'll be competing against Matthew Hayball, our current punter. He was thought to be maybe a 5th or 6th rounder in the draft, but he fell out. He has 19 punts inside the opponent's 20-yard line and 20 punts that went 50 plus. 20 punts that went 15 plus yards. Going against Bama, teams going against Bama averaged 1 yard against the punt coverage. 1 yard. This dude, like, no returns. Like, they punted to you, you took the ball, and then you took it where they gave it to you, and that was a wrap. So, man, that punt, we've been going through a revolving door of punters the last couple of years. But man, if this dude can bang some of those punts like he was doing for Bama, hey, you're gonna be out of a job. Hey, ball, sorry, bro, you're gonna be out of a job. That is it for the UDFAs. And those are some of the names for us to watch in rookie minicamp and the rebuild. If we can hit on some of these, on all the rookies, if we hit on some of these rookies and then some of the undrafteds like we do, we're getting younger. We're getting younger, which is what we need to do. And we're changing the regime. We're changing the culture and changing the look of the team, which needs to be changed. So, let me see. But the rookie minicamp is basically getting the players acclimated to taking instructions and installs, field instruction and installs. And it's the first look at the draft class as well as the coaching staff. So you're getting to look at the coaching staff for the first time to see how they're going to react, to see how their coaching style is, to see how they mesh together, see what's up, and we'll get more information about that. You'll get more information about that because you can find it here. And lastly, Saints news. Some even more positive news. We're just positive today. Congratulations to everybody's favorite Saint. Number 94 on the field, number 1 in your heart, Cam Jordan. For having May 8th being declared Cam Jordan Day by the New Orleans City Council. His family was there. A bunch of former players were there. Scuba Steve Gleason, Tommy Morstead, just to name a few. Yeah, he said some very positive words about his time. You know, meeting his wife from New Orleans, and then having his kids in New Orleans, and being known as New Orleanians. Yeah, if you get a chance to go on the YouTube and listen to it, because I can't do it any justice. You know Cam Jordan. He's funny as all get out. The way he says it and tells the stories is 10 times better. So congratulations to Cam. Whoa, Cam. Killer Cam Jordan. Number 94 on the field. Number 1 in your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Saints news. A lot of news. If you find out anything more, I'll be sure to have it for you. But for right now, we're going to take a little break. And when we return, you know what that means. College! We're heading on over to Baton Rouge, ladies and gentlemen, because last night the bats were swinging. The rain delayed it, but them bats were still swinging. And we're going to talk about it when we return here on the Crescent City Connection, powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir.
What's going on, Kansas City sports fans? I am the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world brand of the franchise buck, and I am your host for the show. This is KC Sports, which you can find right here every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Now, are you looking for a show that you can watch live or listen to later on that talks about the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals, Sporting KC, KC Current, as well as even the Kansas City Mavericks? Or do you want to listen to a show that talks about your high school sports? whether it be on the Missouri side or the Kansas City side. Let's even talk about college. Let's talk about KU. Let's talk about K-State. Let's talk about Mizzou. And let's talk about your boys' alma mater, the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. All in all, it doesn't matter. If it's Kansas City anything, we will talk about it on this show every Monday at 2 p.m. We'll talk about stuff that's happening in your area, let alone Union Station, Power and Light, T-Mobile Center. It doesn't matter. If you want to talk about it, join our segment, the Fan Interaction segment, every Monday at 2 p.m. and make sure you get your voice heard. Until then, I hope you check out the show. As always, I am the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world, Brandon the Franchise Buck, and I am your host every Monday at 2 p.m. on This is KC Sports, which you can find right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Are you a Tar Heel, Blue Devil, Demon Deacon, or maybe even a Gamecock? Do you cheer for the Panthers, the Canes, the Crown? And check out the Carolina Sports Update every week with me, Neil Curtis, to get the latest and greatest of all the sports action in the Carolinas. We'll be talking pro sports, ACC and SEC football, basketball, baseball, and everything in between. We'll even talk a little Formula One racing now and again. So, for the best hour of Carolina sports coverage, catch me each week on Carolina Sports Update with Neil Curtis, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the channel. Shout outs to my co-workers, my co-constituents. Boo, we don't like Carolina sports, but some of you do. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. You stole Ted McMillan from us in the draft. I don't like you. Bryce Young's not good at quarterbacking. Sucks to be you. Just kidding. Check out those shows and many more on iesportsradio.com, where you can find out their time because of, time changes, east, west, central, mountain, Pacific, that sort of deal. Okay, we are back, and we'll, as we usually do in the second half, we talk a little college. LSU baseball is pretty good. And that's the show, everybody. LSU, especially last night, was really, really good game, man. They opened up the series against Arkansas. My family's stomping grounds. Well, my mother's stomping grounds. And let's start from the beginning, folks. We're skipping clean over that. We're going to baseball because of time constraints. Um, had the opener against A&M postponed to Saturday. The Tigers split a doubleheader against the Aggies, winning game 2-1, and they dropped the rubber match Sunday, leading 4-2 in the eighth, and gave up a 4-run eighth inning and a 3-run homer by Caden Sorrell. The Tigers lost 6-4, and the Aggies took the series. Boo, boo, we don't like the Aggies. But the Grambling game was postponed due to rain and tornado watch, so they should be making that up at the end of the season. But after a rain delay, Friday, Cade Anderson took to the mound for the Tigers in the series opener versus Zach Root and the Razorbacks, them Hogs. They came in with a 17-7 SEC record, man. They're up there. The Tigers took the early lead off the bat of Ethan Fry. Remember that name. With a homer and a double. Later in the fifth, after giving up a home run that gave the Hogs a 3-2 lead, Cade Anderson left. He left the game after 5 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, and 10 Ks with some hand discomfort. He was kind of clutching his hand a little. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but they had to pull him out of there. The Tigers' bat finally woke up in the seventh when Derek Curiel, with bases loaded, sent 2 runs home on a single after 2 consecutive walks to tie it 4-4. And one of them looked like, yo, you really shouldn't have ran. You really shouldn't have ran. The guy, the brother on third ran, and you like, oh, man, he's out. Then they replayed it, and they saw him scurry back to the home plate and tap it. I'm like, this dude for Arkansas better not have missed him. And sure enough, he missed him. He had this dude clean tag, and he missed him. I was like, bro, you wild. LSU tied the game up. All right, let's go. So Ethan Fry comes up in the bottom of the 10th with a runner on third, hitting a game-winning base hit. And the runner on third just made it in for the tag at home plate. Arkansas, they challenged it. Challenge denied. LSU wins 5-4. Ethan Fry gotta be game MVP. That man bat was clacking last night. Clack, clack, clang, clang. Game 2. Saturday, today, 5:30. On the ladies' side, the softball, the ladies' Tigers and Cove Beth and the ladies' Tigers, they came up short in the series opener at number 8 Arkansas, 12-9. They got ran clean out. The Tigers got a bounce back with 13 win. Got a bounce back win. I can speak words. 13-2 and earning their 40th victory, but the Tigers fell in the series finale 6-0 to the Razorbacks. The LSU softball team will be the number 9 seed in the 2025 SEC football tournament. 2025 SEC softball tournament, which takes place May 6th through the 10th at Jack Turner Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Going on as we speak. LSU will face number 8, Mississippi State, in the second round of the tournament at 10 a.m. Central on Wednesday. That was current. Oh, man. I'm behind. All SEC tournament games will be televised on SEC Network, which I do not have, except for the semifinals, which will air on ESPN2, and the final round, which will air on ESPN. LSU boasts a 47-27 record in the SEC tournament and has the most wins in the history of the league's tournament. The Bayou Bengals have made the tournament finals 11 times, which is the most of any SEC team. LSU's last final appearance was in 2017, and the Tigers have hoisted 5 SEC tournament championship titles: 99, 01, 02, 04, and 07, which is the third most tournament titles in league history, behind Alabama and the Florida of the Gators. The 2024 SEC tournament champions, who each have 6 tournament championships. The Tigers finished the 2025 regular season with a record of 40-13, including a 12-12 mark in SEC games for the second consecutive season. You go, girl. Okay, and because we're on such of a time crunch, I'll have to push back this LSU basketball news as well as the Tulane news to next week. So you'll be here, and we'll kind of sandwich that into there. But that is it for the LSU news. When we return, quick return, finish up Pelicans, Draft Lotto, How Much I Hate It, Cooper Flag. When we return, here, Crescent City Connection, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes,
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., and I'm welcoming you to take another lap with the fastest show on IE Sports Radio. Yes, this is the Extra Mile with me and my co-hosts Christopher Lehman and Michael Ward. We talk everything racing from NASCAR to IndyCar to Formula One to limited hydroplanes, endurance racing, the NHRA, and more. So come join us for an hour of great racing talk and a lot of fun as well on the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 8 p.m. only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Shout out to Adam and the Chi-Town Weekly and those fellers in the Extra Mile. Shake and bake, Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake, Kyle. Gotta love your NASCAR, brother. Gotta love your NASCAR. But we're here to talk basketball. I got a basketball Jones, oh baby. Ooh. And Pelicans, the draft, the season may be a wash, but the draft is upon, well, not the draft, but at least the draft lotto. You all know my feelings about the draft lotto. Hate it. But it's a thing. It's happening, whether I like it or not. The draft lotto is Monday, May 12th in Chicago. It's made up of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs. The Pels are slotted with the number 4 odds to land the number 1 pick, which is 12.5%. They could land picks between number 1 and number 8, which would wholly suck. Let's. I've seen what happened to teams before. I've seen what happened to Detroit last year. Detroit sucked out loud. The Pistons were atrocious. The Pistons ended up with the 5th pick. You know who ended up with the 1st pick? San Antonio, who wasn't even considered one of the worst teams. And they ended up with the number 1 pick, Victor Wembanyama. Detroit completely got hosed. I don't want that happening to the Pelicans. Now, at one point, we was the worst team, but then we started getting better because we weren't that bad. We just had a lot of injuries. So now we're number 4. If somehow we can land Cooper Flag, I wouldn't be messed up about it. If we can get the number 2, I wouldn't be messed up about it. Dylan Harper's really good. Very good. And we do need a point guard. Wouldn't be messed up about it. Now, falling all the way to 8, oh man, I'd ball this whole season up and throw that sucker away. 100%. But I would definitely get Trey Johnson from Texas. That boy can score. And that'd be a good consolation prize. Not gonna lie. So I'll be doing a live reaction to the reaction to the lottery. So stay tuned for that. In other Pelicans news, the Pelicans hired Jason Hervey. Hervey was an advanced scout for the Portland Trailblazers over the past 4 seasons. Hervey worked for, wait for it, Joe Dumars in Detroit as a video coordinator. He's also worked for the Pistons, Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns, and aforementioned Trailblazers in various roles. New Orleans has not yet disclosed Hervey's role within the organization, but the Pelicans are clearly looking for a reset at the top. Dumars hired former Pistons general manager Trey Weaver as the team's senior vice president of basketball operations. The Pelicans also chose not to retain Swin Cash, who was the senior vice president of basketball operations and team development under David Peter Griffin. So, there's that. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, I promise to be more professional. Hopefully, Derek Carr won't have any more news come out. It's going to cause me to pivot. But we will have LSU news, basketball and football related. We'll have Tulane news, football and basketball related, that I wasn't able to get to. And we'll talk about Saints minicamp, how that worked out for everybody. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for spending your Saturday with me. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with me. Why? Because I have no idea. Oh yeah, because I have all the Louisiana news that the national media does not. Ha ha. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining me. High Noon Saturdays, Crescent City Connection. Be here next week. It will get a little weird. Or not. Follow me at WhoisTFizzle on the X and Crescent City _IE. Also follow me at UT5 on the Blue Sky. You can find this show Googling. I dare you. Google Crescent City Connection and see what happens. It's not like Candyman. But you'll find out where you can find us. YouTube, Twitter X, Twitch, the Spotify, everywhere you get your lovely podcast. Where you find me, because we're taking over and you can't do nothing about it. Except comment, like, share, and subscribe. The best way to make this show grow? Leave some comments down below. Because I know how you Louisiana cats like to do. You like to pop off and talk. Don't be shy now. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, continue to support, continue to love, spend some time with your family, and you have a lovely rest of your Saturday. Thank you for supporting the show. Bye.